Hello everyone. So I probably have my biggest ever selection of empties I've literally had to use at the laundry basket. So grab yourself a hot cup of tea, get cozy, and let's get cracking. As per usual, I'm just gonna grab whatever's on the top, so there will be no rhyme and reason to this. Apologies. The first one is this hair mask from Garnier, and it's the Glowing Lengths Hair Food Pineapple and AMLA. And now, I absolutely loved this. The smell, oh my days. This is one of the best smelling hair products I think I have ever encountered. Now, I have started using a different mask after I've been using this one, but I just feel like it's, well, okay, rewind. I don't know whether if it's the conditioner I'm using or if it's the hair mask I'm using, because slightly annoyingly I started using two new things at the same time. So I just feel like they're working a little bit better for my hair, but the only reason for that is because I think my hair's too thick for this. And by too thick, I mean the individual strands are a bit too coarse for this. So if you have slightly thinner hair than I do, or slightly finer hair than I do, I think you will really, really enjoy this because it smelled delicious and it did make my hair feel really, really nice, but those effects didn't last. I felt like I had to use it every shower, if you know what I mean. Next up, I cannot believe I'm finally saying this, but I used it all up. Well, I mean, there's a tiny bit left, but this is the Maui Moisture Nourish and Moisture Coconut Milk. It's a hair oil. I did really enjoy this, but my goodness, I can't believe I'm complaining about this, but basically this lasted so long that I got bored of it. That's terrible, isn't it? It's a really good hair oil. It's just, I found it a bit greasy. I think hair oils that I've started using since, by the way, next week's video is going to be a favourites video, which I'm going to film as soon as I've finished filming this one. So stay tuned for a lot of things that have replaced certain items in here. But the hair oil I've been using since this one, I feel like my hair actually absorbs it, whereas I feel like this one sat on top of it a little bit more, but I did enjoy using it, so it wasn't all bad. The very fact that I have two of these shows you that, number one, I did really enjoy them, but also I got through them very quickly. So this is the Lacura Pawpaw Ointment, and I mean, they're variations of the same thing. I thought this one might be red, so I thought it might be nice for lips and things, but it's not, just clear. These are really, really, really good. They're a dupe for the Dr. Pawpaw range, and I really, really enjoy these as a really intense moisturizer for like cuticles, and I got on your feet, stuff like that. I did really enjoy these, but they're just so small. So I've actually been using a different hand cream to do the same job. But these are amazing if you want something to throw in your handbag. They're the perfect size. I have rediscovered The Ordinary as a skincare brand, and this was their Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1%. This is an incredible product. If you are looking for a niacinamide that really packs a punch, but that doesn't interfere with your other skincare, this is an absolute dream. I actually have a few mascaras, I think, in this Empties video, and the first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I didn't super love this. I have found a mascara since that I infinitely prefer to this, so it was fine. I know this is a lot of people's holy grail mascara, but for me, I haven't purchased it. The world's biggest bottle of conditioner. So this is the Living Proof Healthy Hair Conditioner, and this actually kickstarted my love affair with Living Proof, and I've been using this conditioner kind of on and off. I tend to go through phases, and it's not always when I've finished a product that I go through the phase of wanting something else. But this was really, really good. I think Living Proof is expensive, and I'm not convinced it's quite worth the price tag. The only thing I still need to try, and I know I keep banging on about it, is the dry shampoo, because I've heard that is worth the money. But this was fine. But to be honest, I think the Wild Mint one is way better, and I think the current hair care regime that I'm using is also better. Stay tuned to find out what that is. I think this was just the bottle that I decanted that one into because I've definitely had this for a long time, and I bought the sort of smaller versions, and then I went on eBay and found the massive versions to refill this with, so that can go as well. Next up is a candle empty, and now this was one that my sister got in an advent calendar, I believe, and she didn't like it, but I absolutely loved it. Oh, I can still smell it a little bit. It's the Hinoki Phantom, I don't know, and it's called Boy Smells. And that is such a good description of this candle. Imagine a really, really good smelling man. I know that sounds so weird, but you all know what I mean. And that's what this smelt of, but not in an overpoweringly masculine way. I actually loved lighting this, particularly in the evenings, because it kind of had that sort of deep, rich feel to it. And if you live in quite an open plan kind of a house, this cut through cooking smells, which for me is the like top tier level of candles. More hair care. This is the Aussie SOS Blonde Hydration Purple Shampoo. I've spoken about this before. It is still to this day my favourite purple shampoo. I love this stuff. It's often on a deal. It's fairly inexpensive, and for me, I just absolutely love the tone that my hair is when I'm using this. Next up we have Lacura Rejuvelate. I've only just noticed that's how they say it. Rejuvelate. Interesting. Night cream. And this was fabulous. But I really, really don't like the scent of this red one. I don't know, basically it's unscented, and nothing is ever actually unscented, like has no smell at all. Just kind of, I don't know, I just really, really didn't like the smell of this, but I did love the texture of it and the way my skin felt and looked when I was using it. But for me, scent is such a huge thing, so I haven't repurchased this. But if you are somebody that is a bit sensitive to fragrance, then you might get on really, really well with this. This shower cream, to me, is the scent of autumn, because I have been using this kind of at this time of year for the last few years, and it's the Body Shop Vanilla Pumpkin scent. I absolutely love this. It is very, very sweet. So if you are not somebody that likes sweet scents, then you probably will hate this. But I really, really like it, and it just makes me feel all cozy and autumnal, and I love the texture of the Body Shop shower creams. They're just a bit thicker and a bit more luxurious feeling, and they're just, oh, it's just lovely. Sorry, these are all a bit beaten up because they have been in many a handbag. But these are the biodegradable cleansing eye makeup remover pads from Superdrug. Now, I am a performer for my job, a musician, and so having a little makeup remover wipe to have just on me is kind of an essential part of my routine. So either to clean off my hands if I've been applying makeup, or to clean off brushes if I'm away for a long time, that kind of a thing. So I confess I do have to use them sparingly as part of my routine, but wash your face properly. That's the main thing. But these I absolutely love because they come in a little small packet, and they are biodegradable and cruelty free and all the good stuff. So you know something's good when I had to chop it in half so that I could get to the rest of it. And this is actually what I started using as a replacement for the Dr. Pawpaw dupes from Aldi. And it's their Relief for Dry Hands with Glycerin Unscented Hand Cream. Now this, it comes out it's very, very thick and not a sort of slap it on and go about your day kind of a hand cream. This stuff is intense, but I love using it just before bed, or like I say on my feet when I've just gotten out of the shower, that kind of thing. And I really, really enjoyed this, and this is way better value for your money than the little tubes. More purple shampoo. Another ordinary product. This is the hyaluronic acid 2% and B5. Their names are just really confusing. I have no idea what B5 does, but here we are. I started reusing hyaluronic acid and the niacinamide one when I'd just gotten out of the habit of using more sort of active ingredients on my skin. I was basically just washing it and then putting SPF and moisturizer on, which is absolutely fine, and to be fair, my skin was fairly happy. But I did start to notice that it was getting significantly more dehydrated, and also my skin was taking quite a bit longer to recover if I had a breakout at any point. Speaking of breakout, where's the sun been all day? So as with all the ordinary products, this was absolutely amazing, and for the price, you really, really cannot complain. Okay, next up I have an SPF, and this is from Upcircle. This was very, very kindly gifted to me, and I'm a bit torn as to how I feel about this, because when I first started using it, I loved it. I loved the glow it gave my skin. I loved the sort of scent of it, or kind of lack thereof. I love the packaging. That has not changed. But I actually found that this started to really badly sting my eyes. So if I got, you know, just as you go through the day, I don't often wear makeup when I'm just at home. So, you know, if you rub your eye or something, my eye would start smarting and stinging really badly. And I don't have particularly sensitive eyes or skin. So I wasn't a massive fan of this in the end, which is a real shame because I think as a company, I think they're fab. And like I say, I mean, 10 out of 10 on the packaging. I absolutely love it. But yeah, it made my eyes sting. So I did use it all up because, you know, waste not, want not, but I shan't be purchasing this for myself. And this is the day cream that I actually bought to replace that. So whilst the Upcircle one is specifically an SPF, this is a day cream with SPF 30 in it. It's from the Lacura range. Again, the Rejuvenate, it's really hard to say, range. And this was absolutely fab. I think in the summer, I will use a day cream with SPF in it and then an SPF on top. But once we get into kind of autumn, winter, I'm quite happy. I use quite a lot of day creams, so I'm quite happy just to use something with SPF in it. And this I absolutely loved. Didn't sting my eyes at all. Can you tell I use a lot of face creams? This girl enjoys a skincare routine, what can I say? And this is another Lacura one. It's from their Q10 range. And this is their night cream with a retinol complex. Now, I do not currently have a retinol in my routine. So I was really, really happy when I saw this one, and I really, really enjoyed this. I think the Q10 night range is it's just fab. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I have also, I mean, spoiler, the next empty is the day cream from the same range because I wanted to try them out. And again, I did really enjoy the day cream, but I have one now that I am using that I way, way prefer to the day cream, but I thought the night cream was amazing. Now, here is a product that I kind of love to hate a little bit because it's been so hyped, and it's the Body Shop Camomile Sumptuous Cleansing Butter. Now, I think this product is amazing. Get that off the bat. It's a really, really good cleanser. I love the texture of it. I love the very light scent of it. Amazing. But my hot cloth cleanser from Aldi does as good, if not slightly better, a job as this did, and is probably like a quarter, or maybe, you know, a quarter of the price, something like that. So I think this was great. I think it's brilliant, but I don't think it's as good as some of the cheaper products I've used. So will I buy it again? Probably, when I'm feeling like treating myself. Sorry, my memory card ran out, but we're back. So in essence, would I repurchase it? Yes. Is it expensive? Yes. A little makeup empty, and one that actually this has just reminded me I need to reorder, and it's the E.l.f Wow Brow in the shade Neutral Brown. This stuff was great. It doesn't hold your brows, but it gives them the most lovely kind of colour, and it does have little fibres in it, so it does kind of build the volume a bit, and 10 out of 10 of packaging, really affordable. Loved it. Okay. Next up, I have this little bottle from Atypical Cosmetics, and now they do the most amazing personalized skin. They call it a skin serum. It's skin oil in its texture, and I've gone through several bottles of this. This was actually a very handy little travel size that they did send me, and yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. Female run, independent, small business. Check them out. They are fabulous. Now this was a funny one. I actually got this from TK Maxx because you can get some lovely skincare significantly discounted in there. And this is the Danielle LaRoche Retinol Vitamin A and E Face Serum. Very, very fancy packaging. It did have a lid, which I have lost, but this was lovely. I loved using this, and it smelt delicious. It smelled so good. So if I ever see this again, I will 100% be repurchasing. But also, that's the only downside to TK Maxx, is that obviously they do not have the same things in, and I couldn't actually find this online. So I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it was lovely to use nevertheless. Apologies if the lighting's just gone weird. The sun has fully come out, so I have had to draw a little bit of a curtain, but we're nearly there. Gorgeous body moisturizer from Tesco. This is their Extracts Aloe Vera Body Lotion. If you are looking for something that is moisturizing without being too much, so you can whack this on and then immediately get dressed. It's that kind of a level of moisturization, and I absolutely loved it. Smelled delicious. This is kind of a dupe for the Vaseline one, but cruelty-free, so we love that. All right, we're approaching the bottom of the barrel now, and this is another Ordinary product, and it's their Vitamin C Suspension 30% in Silicone. Now, I've bought this before, which is why I purchased it, and didn't find that I had this problem the first time round. This actually started to stain my cuticles. So when you leave a vitamin C solution out, it will go orangey in colour. That's why they always need to be stored in light blocking containers. This one started to stain. Like I say, it started to stain my cuticles, even though I always wash my hands after applying it. It started to stain my cuticles, and then I noticed that it was staining my headband that I use when I'm doing my skincare in the evenings, and it had stained the inside of a jumper that I'd clearly been wearing once when I put it on, or I put it on and then immediately put this jumper on. Not entirely sure. But yeah, so this started staining things. But I didn't find I had that problem the first time round. So if anybody has used this, did you find the same thing, or did I just get a bit of a rogue product? Because I really like this. I really like the texture of it. I know some people don't like silicone, you know, feeling on the skin. I actually really do. I find it quite a nice texture. But it stained everything. So I haven't repurchased it. Oh, there we go. And it's trying to escape from me anyway. But that was a shame, because it was a really good product. I've gone through another one of these Dr. Pawpaw Does It All 7-in-1 hair treatment styler thing. This is a heat protectant and I love it. My favourite one? I don't know. I love the Tresemme one. If you're looking for a sort of mist, heat protection hair mist, go for the Tresemme one. But if you're someone that enjoys a bit more of a cream texture, this one is lovely. Further proof that I really do go through this atypical face oil, and this is one of their full-size ones that comes. I love their packaging. It's so chic and lovely, and I literally stored this one upside down so that I could get every last drop out of it. And then the last two items are both makeup items, and the first one is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Blonde. I've been raving about this for ages. If you are looking for a brow pen, which is that kind of felt tip pen style, then I think this is a fabulous one. It also doubles up as an eyeliner if you are lazy like me. And then the last product is a goodie, and it is one that I literally repurchased about 5 minutes before filming this video, and it's the Sweed Pro Lash Lift Mascara. Now, I am actually using a different shade of this now, which I will talk about in next week's video, but this is the Pro Lash Lift Mascara in black, and it's just brilliant. I love it because it's kind of got one of those comb brushes, but it gives you volume. I have never found a mascara that has that kind of comb, which I love, but still gives you volume. Normally I find that those ones are almost a bit too separating, and so they coat your lashes in colour, great, but they don't give you any volume. This does both, and I absolutely love it. And that's it, that's everything. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you have watched this entire video, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And stay tuned for next week's video, which will be all of my current beauty favourites. See you soon.